Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna look at the tactic of under promoting. So basically you just remove the defender of a certain piece. So in this case, as you can see, we want to deliver the checkmate on g7, but the knight is defending the square, so that's why we remove the knight. So let's say queen takes, this is mate, so that's why he goes g6 to block the mate. Now let's go number 5. By the way, I'm jumping between puzzles because they're not arranged by the difficulty, they're just like randomly numbered. Okay, this one we just, so as you can see, this would be a fork, but the knight is defending this square, so that's why we remove the knight. Now let's do number 4. Okay, here we want to take the h7 pawn. Again, the knight is defending, so we remove the knight. And notice that even if he, wait, let me go to this position, analysis. Even if he takes the queen, this is actually checkmate. And the detail that you have to see is that the knight defends the g6 square. So take, goes here, check, here, and mate. And the knight is defending this square, and obviously the rooks cover the rest. So that's why in the puzzle he doesn't even take the queen, but he just moves the king, because obviously the computer sees the force mate. Now let's go number 1. Okay, here you have to know the concept of a windmill. If we take the bishop, obviously now the knight is defending, but if the knight wasn't on the board, then this would be a windmill. So basically we get a forced discovered check. We can go to d7 and then win the queen. So that's why we remove the knight. We remove the knight. Okay, he doesn't even take, but let's go to analysis again. If he takes the queen, we go check. He has to move, doesn't have any other moves. And by the way, it's called windmill because I can just repeat this constantly. I guess in this case he has rook block and then he can get away. But yeah, obviously in this case I would just go rook d7 and just win the queen. So he has to move here and then I take the queen and I'm just up 2 bishops. So that's why again in the puzzle he doesn't even take the queen. But here we can take again because it's the same thing. We take, if he takes the queen, we again go for the windmill. So that's why we can just take the rook. And now, now I guess I go back because the queen is hanging and the bishop is hanging. So I have to defend. Yeah, okay. Now let's do the last one, number 2. Here, the point is that we have 4 pieces that are pointing at these 2 pawns. So we can just sacrifice something to blast open the defense, the pawns that are defending the king. And notice also that the queen is under attack. So if we move away, so we have to move away basically. If we don't spot the undermining tactic, which is rook takes f2. The point is that you can see that rook takes, he has to take, because otherwise, let's say he goes back. Obviously, the rook is defended by the knight, so he cannot take. So he goes back, I just go check, queen blocks, and then mate. So this is just a straightforward mate. And if he takes the rook, notice that when I take, the knight is also covering this square, so I'm gonna at least win his rook back, but as it turns out here, this is just a force mate. So we go check, he has to take, we go take, and he just has to move here, and this is just a force mate because the knight is also defending this square, so this is checkmate. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you next time.